Hey, okay, so this particular silent film is called The Enchanted Drawing. It's an animated film. It was released in 1900. It's not even a minute and a half. It was directed by Stuart Blackton. I will have his information in the description below for you. I don't think we've ever seen any of his work, but I will say this much. He was a British American film producer and director of the silent era, one of the pioneers of motion pictures. He was one of the first filmmakers to use the technique of stop motion and drawn animation, and is considered a father of American animation. So, with that said, it makes sense why The Enchanted Drawing is best known for containing the first animated sequences recorded on standard picture film. And apparently this film, The Enchanted Drawing, led Blackton to be considered the father of American animation. So, and it makes sense, which I'll get into that. The techniques, this made me laugh. It says that it is a combination of silent film and stop motion animation. Every film back then was silent. So they're not wrong. No, it's actually live action and stop motion. So they're not wrong, but live action and stop motion. But when it comes to the film itself, Stuart Blackton is much like Georges Méliès. He puts himself in his films. That was one thing that I was noticing when I was reading up on him. And, it got me to thinking, little side track here, how much we absolutely, one of the reasons we would go to Marvel movies is to look for cameo, the Stan Lee cameos. And it got me to thinking, did the people back then watch Méliès movies and, maybe even Stuart Blackton movies, searching for his, waiting to see him? Much like, people don't change. They don't. Oh, I missed Stanley. May he rest peacefully. But it makes you wonder. and so anyway, yeah, people don't change at all. But anyway, when it comes to the story itself, a cartoonist, which is Stuart Blackton, is standing in front of a large easel, and he draws this elderly man face, of course, with the tie and the shoulders and everything. So, but basically a big, large face. That's an elderly man. And then up in the corner, he draws a wine glass and a wine bottle, and then he plucks them, and he starts pouring the wine, and, and then all of a sudden, the elderly man just changes his expression. The expressions are fantastic. I'm not gonna lie, they're fantastic. Because all of a sudden he's upset. He's absolutely upset. Oh, good heavens. So he's upset because the cartoonist is drinking wine and not sharing. Well, then the wine and the glass are set aside, and the cartoonist starts drawing a top hat, and then he smiles again. The elderly man smiles. He's got a top hat now, but then it's taken away, and the cartoonist has a top hat, and he starts wearing it, and of course the expression is upset. There's just so many things that he draws, and then he plucks them, and it's a great interaction. The expressions are wonderful. this is just a minute and a half, and I was laughing. I mean, I didn't want it to end. It was just, and I said something about Winsor McKay. Winsor McKay, if you remember when I talked about, I think it was on the the dinosaur video, where he did a vaudeville show and he was drawing. That was his act. He drew. And I was like, people watch that? And I kind of made fun of it. And but here I am, I'm watching someone drawing, and yeah, there's stop motion along with it, but I'm enjoying it. So I have to retract that. I really did not want it to end. It was just so much fun. So yeah, and anyway, so J. Stuart Blackton, he's in the film, and he's the one that's the cartoonist and interacting with uh the man face and with the cartoon face and everything. And I will, of course, put his information in the description below for you. It makes me want to look at some of his other work. So I'll probably be doing more videos on his work as well. And because this was just delightful. I loved it. And but the Enchanted drawing, it was released in 1900. I will, of course, have a link for you to see the video. It's not even, well, it's like a minute and a half, so. But yeah, the Enchanted drawing.